All right, everybody. One word, 3 letters. Wow.
Surprise, surprise, motherfucker. The king is back.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got the official release date for EA Sports UFC 6, in which Alex Poton Pereira is your cover athlete. If you're like your boy King Sex and you're getting the Ultimate Edition, you will be getting Max Blessed Holloway, the Blessed Expressed, the Blessed Edition UFC 6. And ladies and gentlemen, it's official. When UFC 5 got announced last year, Mike Straw was the man to break the news. Now, if you guys are interested or you're in the UFC community, you know it's official. June 19th will be the early release date for the Max Blessed Holloway UFC 5 on Xbox and PlayStation 5. I think it's PlayStation 5 what's out right now. So, dude, June 19th is the early release date, and if you guys are going to get the Alex Pereira edition, it's going to be on June 26th. Let's look at what the comments have to say. Sharabola said, add my tricks to the game. This dude doesn't know what he's talking about because it's Madden that's got the curse. He goes, bro, cover curse is going to get Pereira. No, it's not, bro. No Ilya or Islam for the second title cover. Now, I agree with that comment. I thought the Ilya Topuria was going to be the cover athlete, but they said that they're not... They said that the PC version is in development, but no worry, it will come out at launch or later this year. I think they're gonna put Ilya Topuria on the PC cover. We have no insight of that, but that's just my prediction. I'll be really surprised if they don't throw Ilya Topuria on one of the covers or like give a special edition for Ilya Topuria. But yo, we've been waiting for this for so damn long. We thought that at the last UFC event they were gonna give us an announcement, give us a trailer, give us something, and we got nothing, bro. But according to Mike Straw last year, after he made his tweet that said the release date for UFC 5, within a week, bro, within a week, we got the trailer for UFC 5. So I'm thinking, I haven't heard any YouTubers say this, but my prediction is that later on this week, maybe like early May, like within the next few days, we are gonna get the trailer for UFC 6. Now, dude, I got a lot of cool stuff. I got a lot of cool tabs up here to open for you. So let's just get right on with this video. A lot of people did not know this. A lot of people saw this if you're in the community. But Alex Pereira, on one of his vlogs on his YouTube channel, gave away some early gameplay. This is the only gameplay we have of UFC 6 right now. But from what all the creators were saying, dude, from what all the creators were saying, they were looking for, like my boy Pryoxis, bro. I watched all this guy's videos. He wanted fighter uniqueness. And that's what everybody's been asking for in the community. And look at what the game devs had to say. I'll just let this clip play through real quick.
A sneak peek at UFC 6 has just been leaked, courtesy of Alex Pereira's YouTube channel.
What we're doing with Alex is we're capturing a video reference of his motion.
The shaky brief leak showed Poetan's signature left hook, custom animation, also a sleeker stamina bar, and UFC 6 logo on the octagon apron. A sneak peek at UFC 6 has just been leaked, courtesy of
So look! Basically, I'm not going to go through this entire video, but look, what you guys can see right here is Alex Pereira and one of his previous fights. The fighters are going to get their own uniqueness. That's what something that people really didn't like about UFC 5 was how the fighters all kind of fought the same, and they really didn't give you much. They only had like 3 jabs and like 3 crosses in the game for the fighters to choose from. But that was one of the biggest complaints that a lot of people were getting for UFC 5. But as you can tell right here, the game devs were actually listening, bro. Imagine that the EA Sports UFC team was actually listening to the community, bro. And this is what the community was saying right here. This is a shout out to EA Sports UFC. They follow me on Instagram. But this is some of the stuff that all the people in the community, the creators, were asking for in UFC 6 EA Sports. I can't believe the words coming out of my mouth. They actually listened, bro. They actually listened. So let's see what some of the other creators were hoping for to see in UFC, considering the fact that it's coming out in a month and a half. A month and a half, dude. I can't even believe the words coming out of my mouth right now. So, voice game chat and face and game face back, bro, hold on. This is the first thing I'm gonna say. They are not adding voice game chat into UFC, bro. That is gonna be bro, the profanity would be through the roof. And just the way that people fight in UFC, there's no way they're gonna add game chat. Yes, it would be great for the creators and they'd make so many more views and clips. But for like the kids' sake, for the kids that want to play the game online, I would highly recommend for EA to not add it in. I would personally love for it, the shit talk people, but it's really not good. Like, if you're an OG, if you're like over the age of 18, you remember those Black Ops 2 lobbies, dude. And bro, you had to become a man at a young age. That's all I gotta say on that part. But let's keep moving forward with the creators. Fighter uniqueness from Martial Mind, and we got it. We actually got it. I saw Cody Garbrandt. Where is it? They had this literally 6 days ago. This was posted. They had Cody Garbrandt. They were getting his own specific strikes, and they had a lot of other fighters in there. They had Alex Pereira in earlier on in the year, and they're doing motion tracking, and they're really gonna make these fighters feel like themselves, which is gonna be huge. It's gonna be so huge for the people that like to fight with one fighter. And you see all those UFC videos, it's like, I'm fighting against the best Max Holloway, I'm fighting against the best Israel Adesanya, I'm fighting against the best Alex Poton Piera. Like, that's gonna hold so much more weight now in the next UFC, and it's just so cool that you're gonna be able to fight and get a real feel and like have a natural striking style, because it really felt too much like a video game this year. And I think that the diehards in the UFC community and just the people that love playing the game will really appreciate the fact that all these fighters are gonna have their own unique feel and punch combinations and stuff. So I'm really happy about that. It seems like from the outside that they did a great job. Like, this is some of the motion tracking they were doing with Cody Garbrandt. Look at that, bro. They're giving him the They'll probably have that right after his punch comment. Look at the boy King Zach, bro. Left a comment. What'd someone say? Yeah, they actually responded to my comment. W. So they got Cody Garbrandt. They're tracking his motion, tracking his punches. They got Ricky Taraki. I've never heard of this guy, but dude, you see a game dev over here telling them what to do. They got all these cameras from multiple different angles. They're taking multiple of the same strikes. And dude, this EA actually came through. They're gonna make the game so much better. So the one complaint that I will say about EA Sports UFC 6 that I have heard is that the grappling is gonna be a lot similar to UFC 5. I don't know how much different it's gonna be, but I really wasn't a fan of the grappling in UFC 5, but just the fact that they're improving the striking is going to make the game significantly better. Now, from UFC 4 to UFC 5, the biggest difference that I realized was the speed. In UFC 4, the punches, the combinations, the animations, it was a lot faster, and the striking on the feet was a lot more skill-based. In UFC 5, they made it a lot more like animation-based. They made them a lot slower. You were able to read shots a lot more, which makes it more casual. So I can understand that, but in a game like UFC, there should be a massive skill gap, and I think that that's really going to show in UFC 6. I'm really hoping they do something with the grappling. I hope we can go back to like the submission meter from UFC 3, if you remembered, where they had the bar that was like this, and you had to go up and down, or you had to like match it and cut them off. Or even the one where it went up, left, right, down, and you had to cancel. It just creating more skill gap like that, and just less of the, like, dude, everyone hated the submissions this year, where if you literally like drain their stamina and you just moved your left stick up, like, that's so stupid. I don't know why they even added that into the game. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, but you can tell that they're really trying this year, and I'm super excited. The EA, like, this is like in all EA sports, they never do anything. Madden sucks, NHL sucks. What other games do they have? Bro, those are the two games that I think. FIFA's been the exact same for literally 10 years. And dude, the fact that they're actually listening to the UFC community when their game's been trashed, like, this year it was so important. It was so important for UFC to hit. UFC 6 to be good. And dude, from all the creators that I've talked to, from all the videos that I've seen, from the feedback from the community, including your boy King Zag's official, I am so happy, extravagant, enthusiastic, words that I can't even put together in my mind. It's a blessing, bro. It's a blessing. Even you see this dude, Kylo here, he said, please don't mess this up. 1,750 likes on that comment. They got more likes on that comment than Pantoja saying this is gonna be good. I'm so happy, bro. I'm so happy. What other things were the creators saying? Wait, do I have that pulled up still? Marshall Mine said he wanted fighter uniqueness. We got it. What else? Way more prospects and ranked fighters in each division, which 100% they're gonna do. They've had so much time to make this game. I hope that they can add some of the newer fighters that have just been showing up into the division, like Josh Hotchek. I hope that they add Gable Stevenson's into the game. And I hope they add like Aaron Pico and people along that caliber that just came into the UFC over the last year into the game. Wait a second, bro. Oh, dude, imagine if they added Brock Lesnar back into the game too. I would really like if they added Brock Lesnar, but dude, I'm just so happy, bro. You can tell by the way I'm talking in this video. I don't even think I'm going to do much editing for this video. Shout out to my boy Proaxis in the cut. Fighter uniqueness. We're going to get it. Get rid of doctor stoppages from my boy THD. Now, doctor stoppages are good. I think it should be in the game, but I think that it should be almost like impossible to get doctor stoppages. Like, I think if you're getting hit with the same punch, like literally... like if you get hit with the same punch 100 times, then I think you should get a doctor stoppage. But anything under that, there's no reason for there to be doctor stoppages in a combat game. It's like adding a doctor stoppage into Mortal Kombat. It just doesn't make sense, you know? Like, I get they're trying to make it realistic, but even like it's more frustrating than not when you get a doctor stoppage in a game, and you're more likely to get more upset about losing a fight via doctor stoppage than happy to beat someone that you're losing to from a doctor stoppage, if that makes sense. So, standing TKOs and more flash knockouts, dude. Combat talk. I don't know. That's the one thing I did like about UFC this year, is there wasn't a lot of flash knockouts. Dude, if the flash, like, dude, maybe I just play too much Undisputed, and you can be winning, like, they'll have these long 8 to 12 round fights, 3 minutes each round. And you'll be winning literally every single round. You could 10-8 the first 3 rounds, then coast along, win 10-9 on the next 4 rounds. And in round 8, you'll have more stamina than the guy. You'll be dominating him the entire match. You'll be beating this dude up to the point to where he's damn near dead. And you get hit with a flash knockout and lose the fight. Like, I do not... like, sure, it would make the game more realistic. But if they're going to add flash knockouts and... you know what? Standing TKOs, I'm all for, but I don't think they should happen in the first round. Like, it's a video game, and if you're beating someone up, if you hit him with a nice combo, maybe. But I would rather them not have that, because you could add that into the game, but adding that into the game, just there's a strong, massively likelihood that it makes the game less fun, makes people rage quit more, and people are like, dude, this game sucks. I'm literally not even playing this, bro. I literally got knocked out with one. But like, dude, I hope you guys understand the point I'm trying to make. Yes, it would be cool and it would be more realistic, but I really like the stuns that they added into the game. It gives you a second to, like, you get hit with a punch that you weren't ready for. It gives you a chance to, like, it gives you a chance to come back. And that's the one thing that I will say about making the game more realistic, that I don't know if it would help the game. And that's the one thing that I do like about UFC 5, that there's not a lot of flash knockouts, and I think that actually makes the game better. It makes you able to come back in a fight. It makes you able to lose the first 2 rounds and able to see, oh, this person drained all their stamina. I'm able to put work on this dude in the 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round, and take him out. So that's my opinion on that specifically. More competitive event mode with fight buildup, weigh-ins, promo, and octagon face-offs. That would be incredible. That would be absolutely incredible if they improved the rank circuit. I really like how 2K does it, how they have the parks. You can go park to park. You can see people's win streaks. You can pull up on people. Imagine if they had like a park where you could run around with your my career fighter. You could pull up on one of your favorite YouTubers. You could join into their park. You could wait in line. You could get a bunch of people. You join in with your park to the fighter. You're running around the park. You have a bunch of people with their my fighters following you around the park. You go to an octagon and all the people are waiting and trying to get the next fight. That would make UFC one of the biggest games and one of the most like fun, like that would engage the UFC community. And that's one of the things that would really, really help UFC. I don't know if they will do that Or I don't even know if that was the idea that they had, because it would honestly take a lot for them to do it. So maybe in the next UFC, if they ever see this video, or even later on in the year, maybe on the PC release, they could do something like that. But that would really, really, really help the game out, because right now there's just the ranked. You have your online career mode, then you have like the ranked stand and bang, and then like they have those, like, what was it? What are those game modes called? Like the events. They held the events, but the events weren't really hot at all. So if they were to add stuff like that, add the rankings, you were to join into someone's park, there's like, oh, this person's on a 20 fight win streak, like at the court or at the octagon. That would be super, super cool, and I think that would be the number one thing that would actually make the game better, that would build more of a UFC community, and that would actually take the entire community to the next level. I don't know if they'll add that, but that's kind of like the biggest wish that I have. If any game dev sees that, that would be the biggest thing that would change the game massively, to make it a little bit like 2K in the My Park. So what else? A Pride FC mode? Yeah, that would be cool. I don't know how necessary it is. I mean, honestly, it'd be super easy for them to add a Pride FC mode, considering the fact that they had people fighting in like a dungeon. Like, they had people fighting in the dungeon. They had people fighting in older rings. They had people fighting in the yard. Like, if they're going to do all that stuff, they might as well just add a Pride FC mode. So that's something I can get behind, because that really wouldn't be hard at all for game devs to add into the game. And, boom. King 12 Diaz says, having a marquee fighter feel like themselves. Bro, I feel like 3 people said that. I feel like he said that. My boy Marshall Mind and Prioxa said that. They all were looking for fighter uniqueness, and as you guys could tell from this leak right here, you see his fight, you see the thing over here. The leak of this is the only UFC gameplay leak. This is the only leak of UFC that we've got so far.
Courtesy of Alex Pereira's YouTube channel.
And this is what the actual game devs had to say about it.
What we're doing with Alex is we're capturing a video reference of his motion.
The shaky brief leak showed Poetan.
They're capturing his motion. They're capturing his motion. Listen. Where is it? Where'd it go? Fighter uniqueness for the more key fighters of each weight class. UFC, they heard and they listened to us. Believe it or not, the devs at EA Sports listen to us. Wait a second. You know what's something that nobody realized? Nobody realized this. Not a person realized this. Look it. This says the Dana White content. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting sick. I was in the gym, so I'm a little tired. But dude, look at this. This is something that nobody's probably thinking about right now. Look, I'm gonna make a clip of this. This is so big. This is something that nobody realized about the UFC 6 leak from Alex Pereira's YouTube channel. They have these water bottles, and they say the Dana White Contender Series. My prediction is that they are going to add a Dana White Contender Series for the My Fighters, for the My Career Fighters. They will definitely add a Dana White Contender Series mode for the My Career Fighters. That would be sick if you go into the Dana White Contender Series, you win your fights, you get ranked, you go into the bro, this is exactly how it is in real life. They said they want to make the game more realistic. You're My Career Fighter. You enter the Dana White Contender Series, you win the Contender Series, and then you fight in the UFC all the way up to winning a belt. Bro, this is what we've been asking for. We've been asking to make the game more realistic, and what is more realistic than getting into the UFC than fighting on Dana White's Contender Series? Boom, that's it. Dude, EA, thank you. Look, I was massively clip farming right there, chat, if you guys couldn't tell. So, what does that lead us to? Hey, if you guys want to pre-order the game, if you guys want to pre-order UFC, you can find the link. Look it up like pre-order UFC on Google. But hey, if you guys can't find the link, you can't find anything on Google, go onto the EA Sports UFC Instagram page. Click on the link in their bio. They're going to ask you to fill out your date of birth. I'll put mine right here. I'll do it with you guys right here. My birthday, March 6th, 2003. Make sure to send me a birthday gift. Make sure to wish me a happy birthday next year. Submit it in here. You guys can pre-order it just like that. Now, if you guys are anything like me, I'm ordering the UFC 6 Max Holloway edition. I'm in talks with EA UFC Sports. I sent them a DM on Instagram. I'm going to try to get the game a day or two early. I don't know if I'll be able to, but if I can't, I'm going to be for sure to get the Max Holloway edition. I really wanted my cover athlete to be Alex Poton Piera, but I'm gonna do it for you all. I'm gonna go buy the Max Holloway edition. I'm gonna be making videos all 7 days. I'm gonna be dropping 7 to 8, 9, 10 videos before the game releases. Gonna release on June 9th. This is the pre-order edition. The pre-order edition is going to be released June 19th, 2026 at 11 a.m. Eastern time. I think that's like 5 a.m. for the people that are on, like, living like London, stuff like that. And dude, for the people that are gonna get the standard edition, you don't got the money, it is what it is, bro. I'm gonna be making some videos. I'm gonna be streaming every single day. I'm gonna take time out of work and I'm gonna do that for all you. And dude, if you guys are gonna get the standard edition, it should be available in your local GameStop, your local Target, your local Walmart, wherever you get your games, bro. Even on the Xbox Hub. June 26th for the standard edition. Hey, my final reaction, everybody. Dude, listen, it's been a bad hair day. I don't care, bro. Hey, all that matters is that we got what we were asking for. I'm so excited. It's been long awaited, this UFC 6 drop. And, bro, I'm just so happy. Thank you all you guys for the support and the love you guys have been showing me on my UFC streams. Man, dude. This is awesome. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Make sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications so you can be notified for all these UFC 6 videos I'm about to be dropping, bro. And leading up to UFC 6 dropping, I'm going to be dropping a lot more UFC 5 content, bro. I didn't make a lot of videos. I did a lot of streaming for UFC 5 this year, but it's my time to do some UFC videos. Time to take things to the next level. You're going to be seeing this face a lot now. Thank you to all you guys that really support me. I really, truly love every single one of you guys that take the time to watch my videos, to drop a like. But hey, I hope you guys all have an amazing day. It's the kid, King Zags. Make sure to go follow me on Instagram, King Zags. That's where I do a lot of posts. But hey, I love you guys. I'm out.